Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am going to be compiling my 2016 favorite products in today's video. Everyone said they wanted to see that in my last favorite, so I'm going to do that for you guys today. And I'm also going to throw in a little tutorial, so as I'm talking about all of my favorites throughout 2016, I'm going to include some shots of me applying the products before and after, so you can really see what these products look like in action in case you forgot or in case I just haven't used them in a while in a tutorial. Most of these products I use pretty frequently though. I've seen a few of these videos where people have just been doing their favorite new launches in 2016. Some of these products did launch in 2016, they're newer, and some of them did not, so not all of the products are going to be new launches. Just gonna throw that out there, but let's go ahead and get started because I feel like this will be a longer video. This is the look that I did today for the whole mix-up, the whole, you know, talk and tutorial part. So if you are interested, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna start out with primer, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have a total standout primer throughout 2016 because I realized that my skin doesn't necessarily need a primer. Since I am so dry, sometimes a really rich or thick moisturizer works just as good as a primer on my skin. But when I thought about one that I really enjoyed using and that really did hydrate my skin, the Too Faced Hangover RX came to mind, and I'm almost out of the bottle that I had purchased. This is just very moisturizing. If you have dry skin, it's almost just like an added bonus of moisture. It makes your skin feel nice and prepped for makeup, and I just feel like it's hydrating, and that is my whole purpose with, or for pre-makeup application, I need my skin to be extra hydrated. So I chose the Too Faced Hangover RX solely because it is a moisturizing primer. It doesn't feel like your traditional silicone primer. It's very almost like a lotion consistency. So you know, if I had to pick one, honestly, I feel like I use my Clinique Moisture Surge and a lot of my bareMinerals moisturizers as primers this year, but if I had to pick an actual primer, it would be this one. Foundation was super easy for me to choose from this year. I feel like this was definitely the standout foundation of the year for me, and it is the Clinique Super Balanced Silk Foundation. So this released not too long ago. I feel like this came out probably back in maybe around September, maybe a little bit before that, but I feel like that's when I discovered it, and this has just been, it's been my go-to. I keep this on my desk because I know it's going to look really good on my skin. It's very similar, in my opinion, to Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. I could never get that foundation to work for me because it never wanted to stay on my skin. But this stays on so good. It looks so smooth and silky on my face. I just love the application of this product. It feels like you're putting nothing on your skin, but you get a nice medium to full coverage with this product. And so for me, there really was not a comparison with another full coverage foundation. This is just one I absolutely have loved. And if you're curious about my shade, I actually have to mix two. There's not a dead-on shade for me within the range. So I mix Silk Shell and Silk Sahara to get the color that I'm wearing right now. But this is so silky smooth, just looks so nice on my skin with my dry skin. It doesn't enhance anything, and it lasts throughout the day. So for me, there was no other comparison. I chose Clinique Super Balanced Silk. Okay, so I wanted to give an honorable mention to a product that isn't necessarily really a foundation or a BB cream. It's gonna be for those of you who just like light to medium coverage on a daily basis, and that's gonna be my bareMinerals Complexion Rescue. I feel like this will always be my number one when it comes to daily wear products, especially in the summertime. It's got SPF. It's so hydrating. I mean, you guys have heard me talk about how this is the only product I can wear when my skin is super dry, or if I have any type of dermatitis flare up. This is pretty much the only thing I can wear on my face without you know, something enhancing that, or also without drying out the extra dryness on my face. This 100% hydrates your skin. That's what it was designed to do, and it is such an amazing product. So I had to include my Complexion Rescue because I simply wear it probably more than anything in my collection. For concealer, I actually had a favorite concealer combo. So these two I really like to mix together to get the perfect amount of coverage, the perfect concealed under eye look, and that's the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer and the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. So I mix these two together to just get the perfect amount of coverage. It's not dry, it's not dewy, it just gives me that perfect under eye look. I love both of these products separate, but something about them mixed together just really sets it off. It just 100% satisfies my under eye concealer needs, and I don't know, something about the concoction looks really great on my skin. So these two have definitely been go-tos throughout the entire year. Ever since I got my hands on them, I just always go back. For an under eye setting powder, I still feel like I'm on the hunt for that magical, flawless, you know, undetectable powder. I don't feel like I've stumbled upon that yet. Everybody says RCMA no color powder is great. I just haven't tried it because I'm in overload with translucent powders right now. So, but I will say that this is a powder I used tremendously throughout 2016 to set my under eye area. And I have to say it's probably the closest thing to perfection that I can get right now. And it's the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores pressed powder. I do have the loose powder, but something about the pressed version just looks a lot better underneath my eyes. And as you can see, I am deep in the pan on this thing, so it will need to be replaced very soon. But this is just something that's easy to take with you. You can use it to set your entire face or just your under eyes. I personally just like it for my under eye area, and it's just, it works and it looks really good. And when it says bye bye pores, I feel like it really does, you know, get in there and kind of smooth out your skin. So this would have to be my favorite under eye setting powder for 2016. Favorite face powder, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind. I didn't even have to think twice about this. Some of you guys may have already guessed it, but it's my Loreal Perfection powder. I talk about this so much. I mean, I feel like a broken record when I talk about this product. I have this in pretty much every shade possible that my skin can be in. So I have my lightest color, I have a light medium shade, I have a medium shade, and then I kind of have like a darker shade. That's how much I love this powder because I don't want to be without it. So this is similar to MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, except in my opinion 100 times better. This has a little bit more coverage to it. It's also smoother, it's more finely milled than the MSF is, and just something about it really does make your pores look nice, smooth, poreless, and flawless. And I've had several of you guys, you know, message me and tell me that you picked this up off of my recommendation, and I don't think I've had one person say that they hated this powder. It's very underrated. It's never talked about on YouTube, but I absolutely love it, and I think it is worth a shot. Ulta puts this on sale every now and then. It's kind of expensive. It's $33, but Ulta does put this on sale every now and then, and I think it would definitely be worth checking out. It is all-time, hands down, favorite. For bronzer, there was no mistaking that my favorite was NARS Laguna, and I had it, or I still have it, in this limited edition packaging that they came out with in the summertime. They put an Eda brush in here, and as you can see, this is another well-loved product of mine. But something about this, I had tried Laguna in the past, but only in those little mini, you know, mini compacts you can get at Sephora, and I feel like the formulation is different on those. And so when I got my hands on this, it was just buttery smooth. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, not much, but there is just a slight sheen to this bronzer. And what I love about it is that it fits my skin no matter what stage I'm at. So if I'm really fair, like I am right now, it fits great. If I'm light medium, looks awesome. And then when I'm, you know, more on the medium to tan side, still looks awesome. So that's why I love this product. It is so versatile. It never looks muddy on me. It just always looks like the perfect bronzer. So NARS Laguna won it for me this year. For blush, I kind of have a cheap product. This did launch very recently. I'm talking, I think at the beginning of December, maybe towards the end of November. And I just got it recently before Christmas, or actually a little after Christmas. So again, this is like coming in very, very close, but this should just tell you how good of a product I think this is. So this is my blush pick. And when I went through my blushes, I actually had a ton that were new releases this year. The Too Faced blushes, the Becca Luminous blushes. I had an IT Cosmetics blush that was new, and I just can't say that I really reached for any of those throughout 2016. They just did not blow me away. But when I got this product in and I started using it, I was in love. So this is the Hourglass Ambient Incandescent Strobe Lighting Blush palette. So this is basically Hourglass's strobing blushes. So they have the strobe powders, which are supposed to highlight your skin. This is basically the strobe powders mixed in with their blushes. And you guys, when I say, I haven't talked about these in a video yet because that's how new they are to me, but honestly, I've not been blown away with a blush formula all year. And when I got this palette in and I tried it, I knew immediately it was gonna be such a keeper. It is so beautiful. What you see on my cheeks right now is literally just the blush. This gives you such an amazing highlighted look. It's so good. I absolutely love it. I love the shades in here. These are super pigmented. I wasn't expecting these to be pigmented because I have Hourglass's old blushes, the first ones they came out with that kind of looked like this, but they're not the strobe formula. I was not impressed with those. To be honest, I'm never really that impressed with Hourglass products, but these are so pigmented, so beautiful. They just give you the most gorgeous highlighted look. And this palette is very expensive. This blush palette is $62. I had to literally talk myself into getting this, and I'm so glad that I did because it is beautiful. Okay, so I actually forgot to apply my highlighter in today's video because those Hourglass blushes gave me such a high shine look, but my highlighter I feel like hasn't changed within like the past 2 years. I feel like I've had the same favorite highlighter and its benefits what's up. This is my go-to highlighter. It's just so stunning, so amazingly glowy. It makes your skin look lit from within. I love this product. Anytime I'm doing, you know, really special look, like something that I really want to look I don't know, just flawless and glowing from within, I go for this. It is just my all-time favorite, and I feel like I've never really found anything that's better. For brows, I really felt like Kylie Jenner this year. This was my year for discovering things. This was my year for realizing things, and I realized that my brows needed to be toned down. And this all happened, I believe, in April when we moved into this house that we live in right now. I had all of my daily wear makeup boxed up and I didn't want to get it out because we were in a rush. I think it was actually Easter, and I had this little box of like older makeup that I didn't really use a lot, and it was sitting out, and I remember just grabbing it and using what I had in there, and my Benefit Gimme brow was in there, and I remember just using it that day, and that was the day that I realized, thank you Kylie Jenner, year of realizing here, that I didn't need to be using my pomade on my brows. I didn't need to be using, you know, my expensive brow pencils. This was honestly enough for my brows. I mean, my brow hairs are pretty long anyway, so it's not like I have to do a ton of major filling in. So my go-to product this year for my brows was Benefit Gimme Brow. Now I do use a little bit of MAC's Coquette eyeshadow in with it, but that's pretty much it. So I'm giving it to Benefit Gimme Brow. I use the lightest shade, and that's all I need. So year of realizing the brows need to be toned down. Eyeshadow/eyeshadow palette was very easy for me to pick. This kind of replaced last year's eyeshadow palette that I chose, which was Stila in the Lights. Still love that eyeshadow palette, but you can't get it anymore. I know Stila's made one that's like very similar, but it's still not the same as the original. But I feel like this palette kind of replaced it, and it is the Tartelette in Bloom palette. The colors in here are just me. They are just so gorgeous, everyday wearable. There's a nice mixture of shimmer, a nice mixture of matte shades. They blend out super easy. The palette also smells good. Like, I don't ever hear people talking about that. It kind of reminds me of how Too Faced does their eyeshadow palettes. But the formula of these shadows are phenomenal. I was never a fan of Tarte's shadow formula until they started coming out with these palettes. I feel like they really upped their game on the formula. And yeah, this is just one that I reached for the most and that I feel like is just super versatile. So this won Best Shadow Palette for me this year. This year I rediscovered gel eyeliner. I had not used gel eyeliner for probably over a year and a half until this year I went to Walmart and I just picked up this L'Oreal Infallible gel eyeliner, and I have pretty much been wearing it ever since. So this kind of won my eyeliner category this year. First of all, because I've been loving doing gel again. It's so easy for me to apply. That's what I started out using when I first started wearing makeup, and I just felt like it never left me. Like my skill with, you know, applying gel liner never left. So it was very easy for me to go back to this. And also this formula I was really impressed with. You guys know I have hooded eyelids, so it's very hard for me to find an eyeliner that does not transfer up onto the hoods of my lid, and this does not. I love it. It's very smooth to apply, just super easy, effortless. I love it. Other than this, you guys know I love my MAC Teddy Eye Kohl, which is just a pencil liner. I mentioned that so much that, I mean, I figured everyone would probably know anyways. But yeah, Teddy Eye Kohl and the L'Oreal Infallible Gel Eyeliner were my picks for eyeliner this year. I don't think my favorite mascara has changed from last year's, but it's still Too Faced Better Than Sex. I think this is what I picked last year. Love this stuff. It just makes my lashes look voluminous and long. I mean, my lashes are non-existent, so it really takes a special mascara to get them looking in a good state. But I mean, I love this mascara. It's great. It's still my favorite, but I did want to throw in an honorable mention that I discovered recently, and it's the Wonder Beauty Unlashed Volume and Curl Mascara. It comes in this cute little tube, and what I love about it is actually the brush. The mascara formula is really good too, but it's got this curved kind of wand, and it really gets in there and it just curls up your lashes. So this is a new find for me that I wanted to mention, because honestly no other mascara this year wowed me like Too Faced Better Than Sex, but when I tried this one recently, I was like, this stuff is really good. So yeah, these were two of my faves. All right, so getting down towards the end now, I'm gonna move into lips, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say my most impressive lip liner, lip gloss, and lipstick this year was the was from the bareMinerals Gen Nude collection. So bareMinerals launched the Gen Nude collection back early summer, I think, and they came out with new lip liners, new glosses, new lipsticks, and also new liquid lipsticks. And that's what I'm wearing on my lips right now. I have a few of my favorite shades, but the lip liners really reminiscent to me of MAC lip liners, but they don't dry out. MAC lip liners for me, they dry out pretty quick. The bareMinerals Gen Nude lip liners are phenomenal, pigmented, but they don't dry out, and that is awesome. The liquid lipsticks, let me grab mine here. I'm wearing one of my favorite shades from the range. It's called Iconic, and the liquid lipsticks, they just are so comfortable to wear. They last a good amount of time on the lips. Now, they're not going to be like your Kat Von D liquid lipsticks where you literally have to take a remover to get them off. I would give these a solid, you know, 4 or 5 hour wear, and that's after eating, before you have to touch up. If you're not eating, you're just going about your day at work or something, I would say at least 6 hours on these. I just love the formula. They smell like chocolate cake. They smell so good, just so delicious. And then the glosses are just full of pigment, really comfortable to wear. And I loved this shade called Far Out, which was just like a sparkly nude color. I just love putting that on the center of my lip, and it just creates this just illusion of a fuller lip. And I also wanted to mention another one of the liquid lipsticks, which is called Cult. And this is what I applied to the center of my lips with this color I have on today, just to make it look a little bit, you know, more pouty, a little bit lighter. This is a great mixing shade just to tone down other colors to make it look a little bit lighter. So the bareMinerals Gen Nude line, I love everything in it. I don't have an actual lipstick from the line to mention, just because really my favorites were the liquid lipsticks, the lip liners, and the glosses. But yeah, those won it for me this year for every lip category. All right guys, so I think that's every category nailed down. If you have any questions for me, if I left anything out, feel free to leave that down below. But I just want to thank everyone who subscribed to my channel in 2016, and for all of you guys who were there on my channel before 2016, and for everyone who has been on my channel from basically the beginning. I was just very excited for 2016 because I don't know if I publicly talked about this in a video in 2016, but December of 2015 I did leave my job working at a bareMinerals spa line, and I started vlogging and doing YouTube full-time from home while also still doing makeup artistry. So I still do bridal artistry in the city that I live in, but that was a huge step for me, and I was just very excited to take the leap and the opportunity. I was kind of scared, but I just want to thank everyone for their support. This has been a really fun journey for me, and 2016 brought so many awesome opportunities, and that's because of you guys. But I also did a lot of realization in 2016 and a lot of you know, I wouldn't say finding myself, but really just coming to terms with what I want out of life and what I want out of, you know, making YouTube into a career. There were so many things that for a while on my channel, I felt like I was very stagnant, and I was very just unpleased with things that I was doing, and I realized it's because I was just doing a lot of consumer content. I was doing a lot of videos where you know, I just encourage people to buy things, and that's not what I want on my channel. Obviously I am here to be an influencer, but I want to be an influencer in other ways other than, you know, telling you to go out and buy things. So that's where I was very careful with my wording in 2016. I never wanted to tell people you have to have this product or you need this in your life or you won't be happy, because for the longest time I was just going out and buying a ton of products and then coming home and being like, well, like, I'm gonna use this for a week now, and then what? You know, I'm gonna want something else. But in all reality, I feel like Kylie Jenner did nail it on the head when she said 2016 was the year of realizing things. I realized a lot about myself, a lot about what I want to do in life, a lot about my career, and although I am an influencer and I do influence in the beauty community, I want to influence in so many other ways, and I don't want to just sit here and, you know, push products for the rest of my life and tell people that they need things when they really don't, because in all reality, we don't need makeup to survive. We don't need, you know, all of these fancy hair products to survive. We need bare necessity, to be completely honest. And when I just think about, you know, all the things that happen around the world and all the, you know, just awful things that happen, it makes me sit here and I just think to myself, you know, none of this is necessary. Like, we do not need this stuff. But that's what I'm hoping for 2017, is that I can influence in other ways, because I want to make you guys proud for subscribing to my channel, and I don't want to disappoint people and, you know, make them think that, you know, oh, I've just turned into this like beauty obsessed freak that, you know, only wants to push products. And that is the total opposite. If anything, it would be the total opposite of that, because as much as I love makeup and as much as I love sharing, you know, things about the beauty world with you guys, again, it's not something that we all need. It's not something that we all have to have. It's fun, it's a hobby, and you know, everyone who works in the beauty community has been fortunate enough to make a career out of it. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm just rambling now, but I want to thank you guys again for subscribing to my channel and just being there to support me. So Happy New Year. I hope your new year will be filled with tons of realization and tons of coming to terms with what you want in life. And again, if you have any questions for me, feel free to leave those down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.